Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode. Today we're going to be reviewing X-Men 12. And yeah, I want to say it's like the end of the first story arc. Now, before we get dived into that, I do want to let you guys know about our 300 subscriber giveaway. And when we hit 300 subscribers, we're going to be giving this book away. It's the Absolute Carnage Murderos store exclusive variant cover. And all you have to do is like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll give you a chance to win. And when we hit 300 subscribers, we'll put up a video and raffle off the book and notify the winner. All right, guys, let's get dived right on into X-Men number 12. Now, as always, there's a couple things we do got to go over before we get completely dived into the issue. Now, first off, I do want to let you guys know we're going to go completely heavy into spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled for X-Men number 12, that's your warning. Next up, I always want to shout out the creative team, because without the creative team, we wouldn't have a comic book. Alright, guys. So the creative team on X-Men number 12 is Jerry Duggan as the writer. We have Pepe Larraz doing the art. We have Marte Gracia doing the colors, and VC's Clayton Cowles are doing the letters. And as usual with Marvel, there is a foreword. So we'll go ahead and start there, alright? And that says, Synch and Cyclops chased a lead on Dr. Stasis, the Orchis member responsible for Cyclops' public demise, uncovering his secret lab and discovering Dr. Stasis' true identity, another Sinister. Meanwhile, on Game World, Marvel Girl, Rogue, Polaris, and Wolverine have infiltrated the casino world to take down Cordyceps Jones and remove the threat to Earth. A mission that went sideways after Wolverine was infected with Cordyceps mind control spores and turned against her team. And as the X-Men deal with these threats, the anti-mutant organization Orchis continues to recruit new allies, getting ready to make their next move against mutant kind. And we start with Cyclops has just figured out that Dr. Stasis is another one of Sinister's clones, and he has like a club on his forehead, so he's the club clone. We don't know yet, but yeah. And so he says to Dr. Stasis, Cyclops says, "You know what never gets old?" And Stasis says, "My handsome face." And he says, "Beating Sinister," as he looks around and sees all the crazy DNA creatures that Stasis has made, and just starts blasting his whole entire room with his eye beams and taking all of his genetic experiments out, and that makes Sinister or Stasis is not happy about that, right? And he basically, he says that the other Sinister is not him, but he's actually the true Sinister, and the other Sinister is just a clone. And Cyclops is like, "Whatever you call yourself, your hypocrisy on reincarnation is breathtaking." And he ends up, he had like a failsafe plan. He ends up exploding some bombs, and at the same time, Synch comes running in and pushes Cyclops out of the way into this kind of like the entrance to a sewers, and the bridge and everything falls, right, and covers the entrance to the sewers, but there's like a crack, and so Stasis is looking through the crack, talking to Cyclops and Synch, who are trapped behind the crack, and he says, "Okay then, we're going to use what you love most to destroy you. I hope you're taking what I'm saying to heart. I'm not some genocidal monster. I'm a doctor, and the only planet I have has been made very ill by mutants. If you want some advice, you took one world. Keep going. If you have any destiny at all, it's out there. Earth belongs to humanity." And Cyclops says, You're not genocidal, but this planet isn't big enough for us both. Watch your backs, Essex, all of them, as Dr. Stasis walks away, and Cyclops and Sync are left to climb out of the sewers in a different way. However, by the time they get back, Dr. Stasis has made his way to off planet, it looks like, with some really cool artwork. Check that out, guys. That's awesome, right? And so yeah, he takes off, and and then so now we cut back over to Wolverine, Jean Grey, and Polaris, and Rogue, who are all on Game World, and they're fighting with Cordyceps Jones, trying to take him out. And a lot happens in this issue, so I'm gonna kind of cut through some of this really fast. It's a big, long, really cool fight scene where basically to explain what happens is Jean Grey uses her mutant powers to kind of make Cordyceps Jones see things that aren't actually happening. And so like the Wolverine being infected actually hasn't happened. She was in his mind and making him see all that. And at the same time, she's trying to get all of his parasites, little tiny parasites that he's using to infect everybody, with her telekinesis, and get them all and put them into a airlock thing. So they end up, and I'll show you this panel here so you can just kind of get an idea of the artwork and what's going on there. And so they end up beating Cordyceps Jones and putting him in jail, basically, or that's what they call it. And it looks really cool. I wanted to show it here. They kind of fashioned this giant X-Men or moon side, not a moon, but it's like a X-Men ball that they call putting him in jail. And then they do say they like free all the prisoners of Game World, and they're standing in front of everybody after saving the day, basically. And Jean Grey says, "The rest of you are free, and those who remain have no master. This place belongs to you now, and as long as you seek no harm to defenseless worlds, you can call the X-Men of Earth your friends." And Polaris says, "I'm not ready to leave just yet. I see a man I kind of want to slap." And that's relating to during the battle something she was like, this sucks. X-Men's all work. Anyways, and it was funny. And then it's not Polaris. Then Wolverine, she says, "Invite them to the gala," and then it switches away back to where this is the huge reveal part here. Back at Schaefer's diner across from the little theater, we see Ben Urich, the reporter, sitting down with Sync and Cyclops. And just to explain, Ben Urich had actually already found out that mutants had solved for resurrection, and he was going to print it in the paper. But that scared Sync, and so Sync had stolen his memories using Jean Grey's powers, and now that he feels bad about that. And so, long story short here, they actually talk to Ben Urich, explain what's going on, explain that mutants have solved for resurrection, and that they've come to him to apologize and give him back his memories. Ben Urich's response to this, though, is he doesn't want his memories back. He knows now what he needs to do, and he's gotten all the information, and basically he ends up surmising that the mutants are for good, and as long as they listen to the X-Men, basically, he thinks everything will be okay. But he does put it in the paper, front page news, immortal X-Men. The X-Men have solved for death. Only in the Bugle. Only in the Daily Bugle. And so I bet they sold a lot of Sunday papers that weekend. But yeah, so I mean, giant reveal. The whole world knows now that the X-Men and the mutants are immortal. So we don't know what's going to happen with that. That's crazy. And so Ben Urich's kind of thinking about that, and he monologues for a little bit. Now I did want to read that. I think it's pretty good here. So he says, "My name is Ben Urich. I'm a reporter. I've got a story that's going to change things. I think mankind has been after immortality forever. We've pursued it with science, and we've had faith that life everlasting is a reward to be earned. Mutants have discovered their holy grail, and humanity may not drink from it. Suddenly, the haves and have-nots have a whole new arms race. If the gods are listening, may they help us all. If mutantdom follows the example of the X-Men, then I think we're going to be all right. They were hated and feared, then loved and adored. And after this, who knows? I'm sure they will keep fighting for you, whatever your genes say that you are. The X-Men don't stop to ask what species you are when they're pulling your butt out of the fire. Just ask the folks in Madrid. You can read about it all tomorrow in the Bugle." And so then we see back in New York, another bad guy has come up out of the woodwork, and he's riding a giant rat from the sewers, Rat Man or something. Kind of doesn't matter. they proceed to smash him to pieces. Whole team right there, and they're kind of talking, and so it seems as though Polaris, Wolverine, Rogue, and Sunfire are actually leaving the team, and we're just there for this first 12-issue arc. Because then, they all kind of say, yeah, we're out. Hit us up if you need us, but we have more important things to do. They all kind of have reasons. Sunfire's going off to Araco to do some stuff on Mars and be in a title there. And Wolverine, I don't know what Laura Kinney's, I don't know. But anyways, so it just leaves us with Synch, Jean Grey, and Cyclops. And I assume we're going to be having to add some new team members. They're sort of talking about the fact that Cyclops is a little worried that the Quiet Council is going to be furious with him and Synch having revealed this to the world. But he hopes that they will take a breath and upon reflection say, Cyclops was right. And we get this scene of the X-Men through these first 12 issues having defeated the bad guys there, and the crowd cheering and everyone kind of praising the fact that the X-Men are now in New York. I mean, this first to just kind of cover, I really did like this issue, and this first 12 issue arc, I've really liked it. I guess I'm kind of sad now we're not going to see any more saddened Cyclops having to play as Captain Krakoa and hating it. Now that the whole world knows about mutants' resurrection, I guess he doesn't have to do that anymore. I sort of wonder if that wasn't a small smidge of a reason why he wanted to reveal what Synch had stolen from Ben Urich back to Ben Urich. However, it also was the right thing to do, so, it's Cyclops. He's going to do the right thing. Everybody knows. He's everybody's favorite Boy Scout. Come on. All right. So the art in this issue, usually I'll say Larraz and Grassi are usually really good. I sort of felt like this issue's a little bit muddier than usual. Um, just a couple of the panels. A lot of the stuff was really good, like what I was showing you, and there were some other panels where I was like kind of struggling a little bit to figure out exactly what was going on in that scene, just because it was very muddy. I hate pick because I could never draw anything close to this. So, still mad props, like way better than I could do, but I gotta be fair, and I would have liked a little more color there to kind of differentiate. But I get what they were going for, a theme in this specific issue, and so I give it a pass, and I'm not gonna knock it too hard on getting a thumbs up or thumbs down based upon that. Just I could have used a little more brightness, especially when they went to Underworld. Like in the prior issues, Underworld was very bright and casino-like, and gambling and all. It's kind of like visiting a Star Wars gambling casino. Anyways, so yeah, I give X-Men number 12 a thumbs up. I give the whole first 12 issue arc a thumbs up too. I've really been enjoying this run. I'm actually sort of. I guess that was one thing that I was like. I was like, how do I say this? But I am sort of like a little bit saddened here that we're losing some of the characters that I really do like. Like, where's Laura Kinney going? Where's Rogue going? Because she's not in any other title that I know about. Um, Polaris is cool, but I mean, I guess she's not my favorite. Um, I will say this though. I will say this for this 12 issue run. Um, they have made me a fan of Sync. Um, so props on that, because you're surrounded with a lot of these really cool X-Men characters that we all know and love, right? But Sync is kind of the one that's pretty new. I think he's like 5 to 10 years old at the most, and so yeah, no, I really like Sync now. I think he's one of the most powerful mutants there is. The fact that he can borrow another mutant's power and kind of hold on to that power and still use that while that mutant might be halfway across the world. And he's shown at times where he's able to use two different powers. So if you've noticed, like a lot of in this specific one, I don't think I read that part actually, but he uses Wolverine's powers of heightened senses and smell and stuff like that and tracking, and he's had that this whole 12 issue arc, and it's been something where he kind of like sapped the mutant power from her and has been able to hold on to that this entire time, while at the same time also stealing Jean Grey's powers on occasion and using that. So he's an impressive mutant. I gotta give him that, and that's been another revelation with this first 12 issue story arc is Sync is just a really cool character. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I have today. X-Men number 12. It gets a thumbs up from me. All right, guys. Yeah, that's what I have. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win the Absolute Carnage number 1 Murderos variant cover. And if you guys want to help support the channel, click the link below, shop on my eBay store, and I'll send you some comic books. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.